and welcome to the AI Manuscript. I'm Ingrid Maddox, the host and the author of the AI Manuscript. This is a handwritten manuscript that is written by hand, so you know it's right back there. There's no AI in the writing of this manuscript, even though, ironically, it's called the AI Manuscript. This video series is for God's people to be discerned and not deceived when it comes to AI. There are so many things that are happening in our world that are happening so fast that it's hard to keep up with. What do you do with AI? What's the real concern with AI? What are some of the resources with AI that actually could help make your life better? We really want to be mindful when we're interacting with AI. We really want to start thinking about what are the consequences. What happens to cognitive offload when you're offloading all of your tasks to AI and you therefore are not processing to have critical thinking skills, comprehension. Some of the videos that you see, some of the topics that you see on my Rumble channel, which is the AI Manuscript, Ingrid Y. Maddox. You can find all of them there from the beginning of July of 2025. And ironically, another irony is that today we are continuing what started by Trump in July of 2025, America's AI Action Plan, which is an executive order that he put into play and subsequent orders to come that layer and build that actually will be affecting our life or already affecting our life. And the whole goal with this series is that you would be able to have an understanding of what's happening in the background so that you're awake and aware of what is happening so that you're prepared and you can help navigate this AI infiltrated world. I did a video a while back about how AI was in every single sector of our world. And I want to play this because I really want it to sink in because this is the truth. AI is in every part of our world and it's growing at exponential rates as we speak. Okay, so I wanted to play that because I really wanted it to sink in. As we go through life, we're always so busy. Sometimes it's hard to pause and to think about what is really happening because we're running and running and running and running. So think about AI in the medical world, AI in manufacturing, AI in logistics, AI in the movies, AI in relationships, generative AI that you can create with a click of the button, anything that you might want to create. And the connection to actual tangible reality is becoming further and further away as we live in a world that simulates what is real, but it's still artificial. So that's one of the things that we want to be concerned about is that this does affect us, and it is something that in our mind we can have some cognitive connection to something. I know a lot of people have their chat GPT. It's like they're, oh, that's my girlfriend, that's my boyfriend, and it's not reality. It's a machine. It's an AI program. It's there to help facilitate repetitive tasks, but it's not there to replace humanity, our organic biology that God gave us, our beautiful bodies, our beautiful mind with our organic neurons. All right. So let's continue on because this is going to be just a quick one, but I am getting into this America's AI action plan. I have to. I could take forever to dissect every single piece in there. I'm going to go through the pages, but I must continue to move forward, even though you could go down a rabbit hole. But I'm going to go through a couple of pages, give you my take on it. Maybe you could go yourself to the whitehouse.gov and you could look at it and see what your thoughts are as well. All right, so let's go ahead and go to our squirrel topic. Okay, so you've got this AI brain fry, which is a new term that's come out by Harvard, saying that a lot of people who are doing repetitive tasks with AI and using it, like I said, it's good for some tasks, but not for all your tasks. Some people are going through and using this AI for many, almost everything they do, and therefore they're having some brain fry because they're overseeing all these AI applications. So, a new study published in Harvard Business Review suggests that instead of making work easier, AI may be giving some workers what researchers are calling brain fry. Researchers surveyed about 1,500 workers and found that people constantly bouncing between multiple AI tools reported more decision fatigue and more errors. About 1 in 7 workers said they had experienced mental fatigue from juggling AI work tools. And I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with doing this. I myself, who do use some AI some supplemental tools, I have noticed that the oversight of these AI, the oversight is quite cognitive burdensome on my thinking, and it does take a lot of oversight to make sure that the AI is not just producing slop, but it's giving you something that's useful for you to use. So let's go back over here to this. I want to share this part with you, this little video here.
Was to lighten the workload while increasing productivity. But as more people are using AI for work, a new study published in the Harvard Business Review says AI overuse could spark what they're calling brain fry. So joining us now is CBS News correspondent Lana Zak, who spoke to the study's author. So 2 things to unpack here. What is AI brain fry, and how can using AI cause it?
Well, Juliet, I think this is something that is going to resonate with a lot of people who are watching this, who are using AI, because those tools that are supposed to help us think faster and be more productive may in fact be undermining our ability to think at all. So in this study that was published in the Harvard Business Review, 1,500 workers were surveyed, and they said that they found that as the intensity of their workload increased, they were finding themselves less able to focus, that these AI tools were causing a fuzziness in their brains. It was leading to mistakes at work as well as a mental fog. And here's a little bit of what the author had to say.
We have finite cognitive brain resources. We can only do so much to get that work done. And so the AI can run out far ahead of us, but we're still here with the same brain we had yesterday, and we need to learn new skills to use the AI most effectively.
And among the groups that reported that they were most fried by the AI were people in HR, in operations, and in marketing. Interestingly, the people who were least fried were those who were in management or leaders at work.
Oh my goodness. All right. So what are the reasons?
All right. So here you have it. There you've got your squirrel thought of the day. Okay, so I had earlier, the broadcast that I did before this broadcast, I talked about cognitive velocity, or it may have been 2 back. But the cognitive velocity that we operate at now in our AI world, with the rate of speed that AI is able to perform, we are going at a cognitive velocity, a rate of speed that our brain is not wired to keep up with. Thus, here you see this research that you have this brain fry, you feel fuzzy, you're exhausted because, like I said a while back last year, our brains are not made to move at that warp speed. God made us to process things, to think about things. And so now we have this conversion of this warp speed, artificial thinking with organic, God made thinking. And so, of course, we're going to have some brain fry. And it happens to be that the Harvard study came up with that. So that is what I'm talking about. This is one of the things, just to be awake and be aware. Okay, so let's move on and let's move to the America's AI Action Plan put in play by Trump in July of 2025. And I'm going to share this screen with you. We're going to go back over here. All righty, so here we go. So here I have been through, go back to my videos, Interlude 15, and this is part 5 of the series, and who knows how long this series is going to be, because this is written in legal mumbo jumbo that is hard to understand, but we're going to go through it page by page until we get through all of it. And some of it we may spend more time than others. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's go back over here. I'm going to have this full screen for you so you can see. So we've already been through the introduction. Last broadcast 15.4, we talked about accelerated AI innovation. We talked about that AI is far too important. That this in here was very interesting. AI is far too important to smother bureaucracy at early stage, meaning that the federal government should not allow AI federal funding to be directed towards states with the burdensome AI regulations. Now, we talked about that, and my thoughts on that is that there are good reasons for regulations to be in play. We still don't know all the ramifications of operating out of AI at a rate of speed and cognitive velocity that humans can't keep up with. We also don't know what is going to happen as AI morphs into super intelligence, autonomous agents. You know, this is one of those things. It's autonomous agentic AI that's thinking on its own, that can have agents, that can disregard what the human input is. So regulations, for me, feel like that those are there for a reason. So we talked about that last time. Now let's go ahead and move on down to another new page for us to dissect. So let's go ahead and go to this this second the last sentence here. AI procured by the federal government objectively reflects truth rather than social engineering agendas. Okay, now let's go down here. Let's follow that up. What do they mean by that? The NIST, the National Institute of Standards and Technology, has an AI risk management framework to eliminate references to misinformation. All right. So here we go. Eliminate. So the job is going to be eliminate this misinformation about AI. And who is going to be in charge? Who gets to decide what is misinformation or not? But I'm sure you guys have seen this happen in the past. This is a playbook that happens as far as what's allowed, what's misinformation. Does it go with their ideological thinking or does it not? If it doesn't, then it's misinformation. We have seen that happen in the past. So not really too happy about that. This is what they tell you what they're going to do. You just have to stop and pause. I mean, we're all so busy. You go down through here, free from top-down ideological bias. develops who ensure that their systems are objective and free from top-down ideological bias. You have this. Who does this mean? Who are they talking about with this ideological bias? Are they talking about anybody who doesn't have the same ideas, the same thought process? Are they talking about whoever doesn't have the same thought process that they have? So those are the entities that will get the funding for this AI. And that's the thing about it, is that having regulations on who gets the funding based as long as it's going along with their framework. All right, so let's go down here to this right here. The federal government should create a supportive environment for open models. So this is in here. I see that in there, so that's good. Should create a supportive environment for open models. But we'll see as far as what that is going to mean. So let's go ahead and go down to page 5, and let's look at this enable AI adoption. All right, so right here. Today, the bottleneck to harnessing AI's full potential is not necessarily the availability of models, tools, or applications. Okay. Rather, it is the limited and slow adoption of AI, particularly with large established organizations. All right. So here you have the limited and slow adoption of AI. This is like, pause and think about what this means. Today, the bottleneck to harnessing AI's full potential is the limited and slow adoption of AI. So there is a reason why we have a slow adoption of AI. And then you have this right here. Many of Americans' most critical sectors, such as healthcare, are especially slow to adopt due to a variety of factors, including distrust or lack of understanding of the technology and a lack of clear governance and risk mitigation standards. So there's not really a governing factor over some of this AI that's in play, and that is what the problem is. And there is hardly no risk mitigation standards, because this is new. This is something that has this is a new blueprint. We've never had to deal with AI in every sector, and we have to come up with mitigation for what happens when AI goes wrong. And so when you're looking at this America's AI Action Plan, you're looking at the words that they put in here. So here we have these right here. Let's go to here. Okay, recommended policy action. Establish regulatory sandboxes or AI centers of excellence around the country where we can rapidly deploy and test AI tools while committing to open sharing of data and results. That's good. I like that. However, these efforts will be enabled by regulatory agencies such as the Food and Drug Administration and the Security and Exchange Commission. So, when you have that in play, then what you're talking about is okay, as long as this is going, we're going to be in charge of how this is deployed. We're going to be in charge of regulating it. We're going to put our cabinets in place. We're going to the Food and Drug Administration. Not sure how that has to be played into an AI regulatory. Doesn't say anything about the being as food. Okay, so you've got these czars, basically czars that are going to be in place, and they're going to be in charge of what is going to be acceptable or not with AI. And that's a concern to me, because based on the federal's rules, right? So based on the federal rules, this is what will happen for AI adoption. Now, they've already pinpointed, they've already said that there is a slow adaptation and a slow adoption of this AI. And so they're wanting to find ways so that it's they're wanting to find ways that we adopt it faster and accelerate this AI for whatever reason. And they're going to push it through, and they're going to have a rapid acceleration. And this was back in July of 22.5. So there is a lot more that has been pushed down the highway since this executive order, because you had another order that came, the Genesis mission that came in November of 22.5, that builds on this AI, America's AI action plan. So let me go ahead and go to one more page here in this America's AI action plan. So here we have this, led by the Department of Defense in coordination with the Officer of the Director of National Intelligence, regularly update joint DoD intelligence community IC assessments of the comparative level of adoption of AI tools by the United States. That's a mouthful. So basically, we're going to make sure that AI gets adopted by the United States. All right. And here we have this next part. They are to establish an approach for continuous adaptation of the DoD and IC's respective AI adoption initiatives based on these AI net assessments. Prioritize, collect, and distribute intelligence on foreign frontier AI projects that may have national security implications. I get that. We want to be safe with what's happening with other countries, our adversaries, and even our non-adversaries, of what they are doing with their AI. So here we have empower American workers in the age of AI, but it will also transform how work gets done across all industries and occupations, demanding a serious workforce response to help workers navigate that transition. So it is a big transition when you transition from mainly human automated work to AI automations. And you have this right down here talking about delivering the vision. Excuse me. Delivering the vision, the Trump administration will advance a priority set of actions to expand AI literacy and skills and development, and to continually evaluate AI's impact on the labor market, and pilot new innovations to rapidly retrain and help workers thrive in an AI-driven economy. So that's where I'm going to stop right there. To rapidly retrain and help workers thrive in an AI-driven economy. So we talked about this in our squirrel topic, and this is happening, and it means that we are already at a table stakes. We already have AI as the main driver. It's already here. If you're not supplementing or using AI in some capacity, you are not at the table now in the marketplace. It is hard to come to the table and do commerce and market and keep up with the rate of speed that other people are producing by using this AI. However, brain fry, that's what we talked about. So the America's AI action plan talks about AI driven economy, AI workforce, and retraining humans so that we can learn how to deal with this AI. Our brains are frying. Harvard did a research study. I just shared it with you. So this is what I talk about, is this really something that is good for us? And is it being rolled out by the executive orders of President Trump and all of the big powers that be? Is it really being rolled out for the best interests of our human brains and how we function, the little people? So these are some of the topics that I talk about. I will continue this series until we get through all of these pages here on America's AI action plan, because we must know. It is really important. We must know what is going on. Even if we don't have that much control over it, being aware and being awake and being not asleep and discerned can always help you be prepared in how you navigate. I'm Ingrid Maddox. I'm the host and the author of the AI manuscript. Thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you again soon. Stay human.